Howdy. So I want to talk real quickly about why and how to update your WordPress plugins, themes, and core itself. So if you've been in WordPress a while, you've probably heard this before, but if you're relatively new to WordPress or you've just never done it because someone else has done it for you, this is for you. So basically what we're going to talk about is why you should update things in WordPress and then how to do it. So why update things in WordPress? Well, basically because all software in the world is made by humans, and so there are errors in it, things that are wrong, just like basic bugs. But then there are also what are called security vulnerabilities, what are essentially parts of code that were written in such a way that someone who's motivated or interested in attacking it, in using it to take over something, can. So security vulnerabilities happen in code a lot. Not a ton, not like, oh no, never install anything on the internet again, but they happen regularly enough that you should consider them as the core reason that you ever want to regularly update your software. So how to do that in WordPress is mercifully easy. I remember when I started in WordPress almost 10 years ago, this was such a hard process, and so that everyone would caution you to do it all the time, but it was very hard. In WordPress, it's easy today. So if you're logged into your WordPress site, you need to beat in order to do this. You will have what's called an admin bar at the top of your pages. And the admin bar will helpfully show you the number of updates that are available for your site. So if I actually hover this right now, it says I've got 3 plugin updates, 1 theme update, and a translation update. It's actually missing that I need to update WordPress itself. So I've got a version of WordPress core that I need to update because I'm on 4.8.1 and 4.8.2, which was a security release, came out recently. And then I've got some plugin updates and I've got some theme updates. Now, people will caution you about this, that you need to create a backup of both your database and your files before you update. And that is absolutely a best practice. I would say, from my experience, rarely will updates to anything in WordPress cause issues, but with the proviso that your mileage may vary, and I don't want you to tell me about how you screwed up your site and didn't back it up. I keep regular backups of sites I care about. This is a local development server that I don't really care about. I'm not going to make a backup right now, but you should have a method you trust to create backups for your WordPress site. And then once you've done that, once you know that you've got a backup ready, real quick, the first plugin that comes to mind is called Updraft Plus. It's got a free version that is good enough for most people. And it is the backup plugin that I use on most sites, especially where someone doesn't want to pay. That said, how do you update? Well, you can just click this little circle icon from the admin bar on either the front end of your backend. So if I'm on like this appearance tab, this is still available. It's also going to take you to this page that's under dashboard updates, but this is quicker. And then all you need to do once you've done that backup is hit this update now button, and that updates WordPress core itself. So that is the main WordPress software, the thing people say when they mean WordPress. And WordPress can just update itself. It's pretty awesome and magical. So it's doing that right now. It quickly downloads the files, unzips them, puts them where they should be after it turns on maintenance mode, turns off maintenance mode, and does it. And we're all set. Nothing has broken on our site. And all of the themes are updated. Update plugins, similar thing. I almost always will select all. If you really know that this version of Akismet can't be installed on your site because it's definitely bad, maybe unselect it. But in general, when I update plugins, I always hit select all, and I just hit select all, and then I click this update plugins button, and it looks very similar. WordPress is just going to download each of those plugins, put them up to date, and you're all set. Same thing with themes. Again, in general, I'll just select all and hit update themes. If I know that I've done customizations to a theme without using a child theme, I need to be mindful of that, but otherwise I can just hit update. And this is a rarer case, but I've also on this site, I've got translations enabled so that I can use my site in Spanish or in English. I don't speak Spanish well, but I need to be used to that. And so I do also have update translations. Translation updates are unlikely to be security related, so they're less important that you run than plugins specifically in WordPress core updates. Themes are also less likely to be security related, but might be. So all of those three I would always update, and you may as well get the newest translations too. So I'm going to hit that real quick, and it's really nice actually. If you always use WordPress in English as I do, it's cool to see how easy updating language files has become in WordPress in the last few years. So with that, I'm all up to date. And what that means is that as secure as the plugins that I am running can be, I know they are because they're up to date. I know that any new problems that were discovered and told to the creators of that plugin where they created an update, I've got that now. So I'm as secure as I can be from an update perspective because I'm doing that regularly. Personally, I have a lot of WordPress websites that I just manage this way. You can use different services to update your plugins. You can have someone else do it for you. There are lots of options, but this is what the core mechanic will be for an individual person updating a WordPress site and its themes and its plugins and WordPress itself. So hopefully that's helpful to you.